Hello, welcome to another edition of the Sharpshooters. Tonight is our special TNA episode. We're going to have a couple of our segments dedicated to just TNA things, so we hope you guys enjoy that coming up. Also, we're going to review All In and Payback, and I think one of our hosts here has a lot to say about something that happened after All In. Or
Punkanda forever.
I don't know if that works.
Punkanda forever.
All right. Well, as always, I'm your host, Danny. Our second host here, Juicebox.
He got it.
I got it.
He got it right.
And our third host is still God.
Matt?
We're gonna find him. He might be in the chat tonight. I don't know if
Matt?
he's around. We'll find out. But
CM Punk.
He's in the chat. That's CM Punk.
He's in the chat.
I don't think that's Matt.
No, that's CM Punk.
Oh, that's CM Punk?
Maybe, allegedly.
Why you're alleging it.
Friend of the show. Friend of the show.
Thank you, Keverlass, as always. One of our best viewers. Keep comments coming. Keverlass, also, we're going to be doing our 5-question segment on a TNA wrestler or Impact wrestler. So if you want to be the first to give us a name for later on tonight, please do. Or if you want to leave it for someone else who comes in, that's fine as well. But
whatever your heart desires.
Might as well get started right away with our trivia question. And once again, it's a TNA special.
You're a TNA special.
Thank you.
Mediocre.
Do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's mediocre.
Anyway, so it's mediocre. So our trivia question, I tried to make it a little fair. I don't know if I made it too easy or too hard. I wanted to keep it with the aces and eights because that was our love-hate last time we talked about TNA. So I think I'm going to make it a little bit harder, but still I think you're going to get it, so it's fine. If you want to put it in order, go ahead.
Oh, shit.
But who were the first 3 revealed for aces and eights?
Oh, man. Okay. Do you want an order or just the 3?
If you want an order, because my first question initially was who was the first one, but I thought that was too easy.
Well, I don't... Okay, so
let's find out.
I want to say the first one was Devon.
Okay.
Pretty sure the first one was Devon. From there, I think my other 2, I'm pretty sure it was Mike Nux, and Luke Gallows. I think it was those 2. Now, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but if it's not those 2, I think it was Wes Briscoe and Garrett Bischoff. I think they came after. So if I remember, Garrett Bischoff was like a referee and then found his way in. So I'm going with Devon, Nux, and Gallows as my first 3.
That is correct. Devon was the first one. Doc, not Luke Gallows, all right?
Okay.
Doc was the second
I'll
one,
give you
and then
Nux.
Nux was the third one
I'll give you
revealed.
Nux.
So
Okay.
Nux was hilarious. That
There
was
you
good.
go. Okay.
So yeah, nice, very good. I figured Devon was too easy for the first one, so that's why I gave you the top 3 to make it a little more challenging.
because I knew Bully came after. I know Anderson came after.
Bully was the last one.
Yeah, Taz came after. I think that was everybody. Well, I think Velvet was in there for a bit, or maybe I'm thinking of Brooke.
Miss Tessmacher.
I was thinking of Brooke. That's what I'm thinking.
There you go.
Not Velvet. I'd pay good money for CW Punk, Jensen Ackles with fake tattoos. Is it Ackles?
I don't know what he's talking about.
He wants like he's talking. He wants like a bizarro CM Punk.
Who's Jensen Ackles?
It's an actor, I think. Probably looks a little bit like Punk.
Supernatural.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think he was also in The Boys. He was the old school Captain America type. The one.
Oh, gotcha.
I gotta watch The Boys.
Tom said Supernatural. Come on, guys. I never watched Supernatural.
Same here.
I know. Not the show for that, though, so
Honestly,
enough with this crap.
Honestly, I know the name. No, I appreciate the input.
No, not
keep it
not
coming,
for
Killer
not for something
Tomato.
we don't know anything about.
But yeah, either way, no, I'm sure we can work that out and get CW Punk on the show in the future. Thank you for the suggestion, Killer Tomato. Come on, a little optimism while we still have it, Danny. That's another point for me.
So, moving on.
1-1 in trivia.
Yeah, John, as I predicted when we first started this, is just crushing in trivia. Hopefully next week I can get a point.
I'd say try and stop me,
catching
but that'd be too cocky, and then I'm going to fuck up next week.
Well, is next week going to be yours or Matt's?
It should be Matt's at this point.
Yeah, it
He's
should be.
back.
He's been off for too long. It's gonna be bad. We'll tell him. All right. So let's go on to our next segment. For our Impact viewers, it's gonna be a weird one. We haven't done this before. And this was a suggestion of Juicebox. So you want to explain it?
Sure. So we are going to be using a website called Sporkle.com. Friend of the show, Sporkle. Thank you for the sponsorship here tonight. If you haven't heard of them, it is a website where you can go on and not just wrestling, really any topic, anything like that. You can get a list. It's a blank list, and you're timed. And within that time, you have to answer the questions, not the questions, fill in the blanks of the list and complete the list before the timer runs out. So what we're doing tonight is, since Matt's not really a big TNA Impact guy and he's back next week, we wanted to take the time to focus a little bit on TNA and do something me and Danny can maybe focus on our strengths. And we're
Also because it's their 1,000th episode, so we're
also,
celebrating.
yes, this weekend they are taping their 1,000th episode of Impact. Supposed to be a big one, by the way. The Dudleys are going to be reuniting.
Oh,
I
that's
think
dope.
they're competing in a match.
That's dope. I might watch that
Also,
then.
Gail Kim and Awesome Kong are both coming back and also wrestling in a 6-women tag match.
Oh, I'm definitely watching this episode.
There's other stuff, but again, they're taping it all this weekend, and it's going to air, I think, the next weekend. But yeah, we just wanted to show some love and the little engine that could. TNA Impact still
For
rolling,
sure.
which I think is hysterical, by the way, that they're now Impact Wrestling, which was like Impact was just the name of the show.
Yep.
For TNA Wrestling, like it'd be like WWE changing themselves to Raw Wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Like just I think that was all because of Hogan too. I think he just wanted to like rebrand the company, and he's like, let's rename it Impact because they were like doing shitty for a
Because
while.
he's an idiot.
Either way,
The worst.
so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna bring up on the screen. We have 10 minutes, Danny and I, to name and list every Impact World Heavyweight Champion ever, from 2002 to now.
I got one already.
So we just put it up on the screen. It's up there in that little corner. So as you see, there are 78 different champions in the history of Impact. Doesn't mean 78 different names. All different names. And alt delete, I think he said. And there's a 10-minute timer we're gonna have. So we're just gonna get things going here. And
That scared me.
I'm not sure. Do you have to hit the timer, or where's the
Nope,
timer?
I'll
He
Get
has
it
to,
right?
yeah, he'll just click play.
All right.
first.
So obviously, while we're going, if you see us struggling and you're watching along with us, if you see a name we're missing and you know it, you can help us out. We'll take the assist. We don't mind. We have no shame. But yeah,
No shame.
again, this is from 02 to current day now. Every Impact champion ever. We have 10 minutes. Let's go.
Oh, we're starting already?
Yep.
Okay. So AJ Styles is the obvious one for me.
Okay. There
Oh,
we
look
go.
at that already.
Filled in. Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
Joey Samoa.
That's not how you say his name.
Sting.
I'm going to say Christian.
Um,
Ron Killings. Don't disrespect the man.
Kenny Omega.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Joke. What?
The later Cage one popped up and got me.
God.
Bully Ray.
Mr. Anderson.
Nope.
Am I spelling Anderson right? I can't see from here.
Nope. Go back.
That's what I thought. Jeff Hardy.
Yep.
Rob Van Dam. Did Rob Van Dam pop up? Did I spell his name wrong?
No, I gotta
Oh,
go back. You
thank
missed the
you.
R and the B.
This is bigger.
No, go all the way back. All the way back.
I'm trying.
It's not going.
There we go. There we go.
Okay.
Who's the first one?
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Lashley.
James. Yeah, I can do Bobby Lashley. We got James Storm. And by the way, we haven't looked at this. We haven't done this before. We've
Yeah, I
legit had no
swear.
practice.
Never
I found the list, but we did not practice.
First one was Rhino?
I think it was Jarrett. Well, we might as well put
We'll
Jeff
put Jarrett,
He's going to be a
but
ton in the beginning.
he wasn't the first
one.
Rhino. No, who the hell was the first one?
Was it Shamrock?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy.
That was nice.
Did we write James Storm?
Yes.
We did?
I'm pretty sure I wrote James
You
Storm.
did, okay. We did RVD
Ethan EC3.
EC3. Yeah. EC3 should be enough.
Good.
Look, we're already at 49 out of 78. We're doing good.
Only 2 minutes in. Yeah, but this is when it gets hard.
Look at all the later ones. I'm gonna have to fucking carry this because I know you haven't watched.
The later ones you're definitely gonna have to carry.
No.
I'm trying to get some of the earlier ones
Dude,
first.
Josh Alexander. Nope, nothing's there. Nothing's typing.
Nothing's clicking. Can you click on Enter Champion, producer?
Mod.
Can you click on Enter Champion?
Go in the center of the search bar thing. There you go. Thank you.
What was it? Josh
Alexander. Chris Sabin.
I did know Chris Sabin.
Alex Shelley, who's our current champion. That's the last one.
Oh, Austin Aries.
Yep, Austin Aries. Did Lethal? No, Lethal never
Christopher.
won it.
No, Christopher Daniels never won.
Daniels did not. We did Styles. I don't think Kazarian did. Oh boy.
See, that one's gonna start getting harder.
That's good. We got those out of the way.
No Booker T. No Nash. No Steiner.
Who won in between that Sting and Angle in 09? Was it? No, we did Anderson. That's like the only one we're missing in that stretch. And then Sting and Cage have one in the middle.
And then
stuff.
AJ and
There's
Jeff.
3 we're missing.
I
Like,
know.
all early.
And that we should know too. Especially the Sting Angle one. That one's killing me.
Oh man.
Samoa Joe. Matt Morgan never won it.
Who won it?
Magnus.
Oh, Eric Young. And yeah, Magnus. There you go. Eric Young.
I didn't spell Magnus right.
Yep, Eric Young. Okay, I filled in 2 more.
This is a second.
Moose. Type in Moose. Moose has 1, I think. Sammy
Moose.
Callahan.
How you spell?
With an I,
right?
yep. I think
So,
it might be
Callahan,
I, like I-hand instead of a-hand. Go back.
Cal Ehan.
There you
Yeah,
go.
nice.
Tessa Blanchard. She won it.
Oh yeah,
Did Penta win it?
Penta Junior, right?
You could probably type Penta or Pentagon.
I think Penta.
I think it
did
was
win
Pentagon.
Is this Pentagon Junior?
Yep,
Yes.
there you go.
Oh man, 13.
We're close,
14.
though.
Okay.
Who did Shelley just? Oh, Steve Macklin. Shelley just won it from Steve Macklin.
Steve. I assume how it sounds.
Um.
trying to think of the old ones.
Rich Swan. Omega beat Swan. I'm trying to backtrack the last ones now.
What did I spell wrong?
You're Roch. You're Rich. Okay.
Roch.
Who beat Tessa?
AJ. Jeff. Sting already wrote.
See, the problem is that whole upper right corner. That's when I stopped watching.
Yeah, that'll.
Like
we're
I
screwed
stopped
on
in
that.
16, so like that's a huge blur for me.
That's after EC3 Lashley.
Oh, who is the guy from the tag team? Eddie Edwards?
Yeah. Yep. Okay, that's 2 of them. Oh man, we have 10
This
left.
is killing me.
We have 10 left.
MVP never won it.
Again, anybody in chat that's watching,
If you can help, please.
If you know any of these names, that were champions that we're missing, please let us know. If it's a name that we have not listed yet, we're missing basically so few
This
left.
is crazy. Who's between AJ and Jeff?
What year was that? 05?
Rhino.
05.
Rhino killing.
Abyss? Did Abyss win it?
Abyss.
I don't think
might
he
have
ever
won
won it.
Abyss
Yes!
did win.
Got one. Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
The Sting Kurt feud RVD we said.
We got Sting. Did anybody else come in randomly for like a one-off thing?
Bully Ray.
Who beats? I'm trying to figure out the 09 Sting and Angle. I feel like I should know that one.
Yeah, that was in between.
Because that was right before I started watching, but like, I should still know it.
Sucks.
Oh, we're so close. Please help.
This gives us the answers at the end at least so we can see?
Yeah,
Okay, good.
I believe so.
It better. I'll be so mad.
I believe it does.
I'll be so mad.
We can Google it.
9 left.
I'm trying to figure who did Abyss. We got
No,
Abyss.
we got
Yeah,
Abyss. We got Abyss.
Abyss was on the left. We just got him. Abyss beat Sting, and then Christian beat Abyss. But we got a few left. We can't figure them out.
Said Magnus. Rob Terry never won.
No, Rob Terry never won.
Sorry, I went away for a second. That's cool. Thank you, Kevin, for trying to help.
Yeah, no, all good. We appreciate any help. Any names you got, look them up. Don't look them up. But if you
don't
know,
cheat.
yeah, if you know, let us know.
Damn.
Type in Tyrus. I don't think he won it from EC3. Nah,
Like that, right?
He didn't do it. Go back then. He's Austin, didn't do it. Oh man. We got Lashley. We got Pentagon. Damn, I don't know, man. We're not gonna do it.
We're not going to get it, but I want at least one more. I want to get those two on the left. What the fuck was it? Christopher Daniels played Suicide?
Try him.
I don't think Suicide won?
ever won the big one though. Nah, he didn't.
I'm going to type in Christopher Daniels, but I know he didn't win it.
No, he didn't win.
But you never know if we forgot.
No.
Kazarian didn't win it.
Try Matt Hardy. I think Matt Hardy beat EC3.
No.
Yes!
Oh my god.
That was
I didn't
two.
know Matt Hardy won.
That's right, because he was feuding with them.
That's
That was
awful.
a big back and forth.
Ugh.
All right. Got 6 left.
I'm mad at that one.
Oh, I got 6 left. Shit. Who beat Matt Hardy? And then Lashley beat him. Trying to think. I don't think anyone ever.
Mick Foley.
There you go. Foley's definitely early. Yep.
Mick Foley was the Sam Kurt Angle one.
Yep.
That's the one I was trying to
Alright.
think of.
All right.
Ah, thank God I got
6
that one.
more,
That
though.
was the one I just need to get for myself.
What was that early one though?
AJ
Did Raven
and
win it?
Jeff?
Try Raven.
Raven might have won.
I don't think
it.
Raven. Yes.
That was great.
We got a
I
minute
know.
left.
5 left, and this is all you,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
this is all when I wasn't
I can't
watching.
help you.
This is all 16, 17, 18. I stopped at 16 and I came back in 20.
Yeah, I didn't know Pentagon Jr. even won it.
I wasn't watching any of this stuff.
Yo, we did great. See, that's 73 for 78. I'm surprised we got
we didn't
that
get
many.
them all though.
We weren't going to. We didn't watch a certain segment, certain years of it.
Shit, I'm trying to remember.
There's no way like Crimson won it or anything, right?
No. Try Matt Morgan didn't win it.
No, I know, but I'll type it anyway. But I'm
Who
pretty
beat-
sure he didn't.
Who beat Matt Hardy? Ray Phoenix didn't win it. Homicide didn't win it. 10 sec. We're not gonna do it. Fuck. He didn't win it.
Ah, that was good.
That really sucks.
That was good. I know you're upset, but that was good.
Oh, Drew Galloway and Alberto and Eli. Oh, fuck.
All right, so Drew, I should have known. Alberto, I hate him, so I would have forgot. Eli, I forgot. Who were the last two?
Johnny Impact is John Morrison.
Johnny
and
and
Brian
Brian
Cage.
Yeah,
Ah!
that was rough.
I
'Cause
wanted
those are
that.
names we know too.
I should have known.
Those are names we know.
I knew all 5 of those won it too.
That's crazy.
Well, that was fun.
That was good, man.
That was Sporkle.
73 out of 78. That was still freaking good. I'm pretty impressed, especially those last two we got. When we got Raven and
I know.
and Foley, I got really
Yeah, I
hyped.
was vibing.
Because those two were the ones that were killing me.
Nobody-
Foley, thank God. Thank
Yeah.
God I got Foley. I was
Well,
so
we
good.
appreciate your help, Keverlast. If anybody else in the chat was here and you didn't get to help out, tune in next time when we do another Sporkle, I'm sure, at some point.
I think we just got our name for 5 questions.
Nobody likes you, Abyss. Nobody.
That's going to be our 5 questions. Thank you, Freebird.
I mean, we got other names. Well, Kevin also said Abyss, so I guess that works.
There we go.
Either way.
This was technically the first TNA name set.
It was.
So we'll go with
But you were
Abyss.
thinking Freebird. Keverlast said it first. Equal love to the chat. Hearts all around. Thank you, chat.
So, our 5 questions, our weekly segment now, where we just answer 5 questions about a wrestler that you guys named. This week we were picking Abyss because Keverlast and Freebird both named him. Freebird saying no one likes him. So our first question is, do you like him? Did
Yes.
you like Abyss?
Yes, I love Abyss.
I loved Abyss. I thought Abyss was great.
Have you seen my brother Chris? You know, Abyss. Ah, love it.
It was The Chris Parker,
I love
like,
it.
I love the Chris Park stuff. I thought that was hilarious. I thought going under the. I saw a recent clip of it when they went under the ring and the Abyss came out, then went back under. I forgot who he beat. Might have been Bully Ray. That was hilarious. I thought most of the stuff they did with the Abyss was great. They just never let him, like, take the belt and run for a little bit, which was unfortunate. He could have been, like, a real great monster. But the stuff with James Mitchell, the early stuff was great. Him and Sting. I loved all that.
Yeah, no, Abyss is awesome. Great guy. Not to toot my own horn, I did meet him backstage once at one of Keverlass's shows.
Oh, nice.
Back in his wrestling days, he wrestled on the show, and met him, and just sweet guy, awesome, very nice, very just cool, very
That's
chill
dope.
guy. Yeah, so I like Abyss. Thumbs up on Abyss. Next one we have is best match from Abyss. I had to pick my favorite Abyss match. I can't remember the name of the show. It was a pay-per-view though. It was versus Kurt Angle, and like there was a show when Angle just went nuts, like flying off the stage onto him. They fought all around the
yeah.
arena. I can't remember the name of that, but just that match was awesome.
Yeah.
So Abyss and Angle was probably my favorite match.
No, I'm gonna stick with the Sting Abyss. I think they called it Full Metal Mayhem. Is
Yep.
that what they called
Mhm.
it? Yeah, that match was great. Or Monsters Ball. No, Monsters Ball.
Okay, well, yeah.
That's what they call
They're
it.
both,
Sorry.
yeah.
That was Abyss's match. So Monsters Ball. That was a dope match. That was like prime Sting 2 just coming like fresh from WCW, and that was brutal. I love that match. That was awesome.
Yeah. Next we have is best move. What is our favorite move from Abyss's set? I mean, the Black Hole Slam is easy to say,
I
but
like
I'm
Black
trying to
Hole
think if
Slam.
there's anything else.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know if it counts as a move, but anytime he brought out Janice and used Janice as like as a good finisher, that was great. But I'm gonna go with Black Hole Slam. I like
he
it a lot.
never used Janice. Anytime he used it, it went into the spot was that it went into the turnbuckle, and then he'd be like,
No, there was a
"Whoa."
few times he would hit someone with Janice. Stop it.
But most of them were not that. Either way, I'm trying to think of any other moves that maybe stick out.
Yeah.
Besides the Black Hole Slam.
Janice.
No, I like I can't remember the name of it. The torture rack that he did when he dropped down with him, and then he stood there and did like this afterwards.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
remember the name of it, but it was like the
Like to the knee drop.
basically
Yeah,
like the rack attack, but like he dropped on his butt there and then his knees. So that one, yeah,
that was a cool one. I
let's
don't know
see.
what it's named, but that was cool.
We have TNA Vatos. No, TNA grossly underrated at the time. It's a classic typo. John is right. He never used it. See, he never did use Janice, and always a letdown.
Maybe
He
I'm
didn't.
just thinking of the one time that Janice was stuck in his back after that they were coming segment
Maybe.
with Immortal and all that crap. That was
Maybe.
terrible.
But yeah, no, I did love like Luke, like Freebird mentioned. Have you seen my brother Chris? You know Abyss. That whole bit was awesome.
That was great.
too.
One of my
Um,
favorites. Dream match.
Dream match for Abyss.
Do I go with the obvious one?
I think the obvious one happened though. What's your obvious one?
Abyss and Kane.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Abyss and Mankind. I'm like, well,
No, I feel like
'cause that-
I would like Abyss versus Kane more than Mankind.
Well, I'm saying I think he fought Foley like already. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
he fought an Impact. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah.
saying. That you can't really use that one.
Nope, Kane. Abyss versus Kane for me. I think that would be a cool one.
Yeah. I was
Like
thinking-
Prime Kane when he can like move and jump off the top rope and stuff. I thought that would be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking Kane, but I was trying to think of someone that he could bounce off more, like work with more in the ring. And if it did happen, I apologize, but I'm going to go with Abyss versus Rey Mysterio. I think that would be awesome, having Rey kind of go off that. Obviously, it wouldn't really be like a hardcore encounter. I'm trying to think about the hardcore wrestlers now. Like Spike Dudley popped to mind. Maybe that would be a good alternative.
That would be crazy.
Abyss versus KO, yeah. Abyss versus Owens would be dope. Definitely, they could definitely go at it. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna stick. I don't know if I want Ray. Hold on, that's not my dream.
I'm
match.
surprised. Yeah, for your dream match, I'm surprised.
That's
you
just me
picked
thinking
Ray.
of like a good match. I'm not thinking of my dream match.
No, a dream match for me would be him versus Kane. That would be like a cool, like big man.
I don't know.
Meat slapping meat, as they say.
Yeah, let's go to the next one. I'll keep thinking.
skipping it for now.
Oh, we're coming back to it.
Have you seen them live? As well. I think you already said you have. I mean,
but
met the guy.
Yeah, I also saw them at Impact.
Yeah,
that's where the Nobody Likes You Abyss Nobody. That was the fan just yelled at him.
That's funny.
I've seen him live. I've seen him at least 2 or 3 times live. Dream match, okay.
I've technically only seen them once live, but it was one of those like I think it was a 4-hour taping for Impact in when they went to the Hammerstein Ballroom in the city. So I forgot how I got tickets for it, and it was literally like they taped like 3 different shows that night, which was pretty dope. And I'm pretty sure he was there. Maybe he had left for WWE at the time, but I'm pretty sure he was there. So technically I only saw him once, but if he was on each show, I saw him 3 times.
Okay, there you go.
Dream match.
Yeah, I could probably think of better. Maybe I'll give it more time, but for now, I'm gonna go with Abyss and Mox. I'll go with Moxley. TNA Scott Steiner promos, please. What do you want? What do you want us to cut them?
Yeah, what?
Is this a request?
I am not doing that kind of math.
Huh?
My brain doesn't work like that.
Huh? You want to suck my dick? Huh?
I thought you said you didn't want to get canceled.
I didn't say that. Want some donuts? I ain't got no sugar.
I think that Gatorade's full of it. All right.
No, this is 0. Wait, look, this one's not 0. Whatever.
Not 0.
I took my first sip. I don't got no sugar. I ain't got no donuts. What's causing all that? Get my bags.
Freebird, I don't know what you started.
Get my bags. Listen, I'm a monkey, man. You pull the string or whatever the freaking thing you want to say. What is in that Gatorade? Okay, I just took my first sip of it. It's fruit punch. I literally just opened it on camera. I was already doing my bit. All right.
I didn't hear it like crack open. It could have been opened already and then I'm just saying, I didn't hear it crack open.
Huh?
All right. Moving on. Thank you for the suggestion for Abyss for our 5 questions. Next week we'll be doing another live suggestion. So please join us again.
And Matt will be with us. We'll be back at full strength. And we appreciate you guys stopping in and hang out with us when we got all 3 of us back for the first time in like
Over
a month and a half almost,
Yeah.
I feel like.
It's gonna be
So
crazy.
it'd be nice to have us all back together hanging out with you. But thank you for being here tonight.
And we really got to catch up, man. Next week he's missed like 4 weeks.
You don't even know what wrestling is anymore.
We sent him real quick. We sent him the match card for him to do a preview, and the poor guy hasn't seen anything. So when he saw Bryan Danielson versus Ricky Starks, he's like, "What the hell did I miss?" And I'm just like, "Good luck catching."
Bryan Danielson's back.
We'll get to that later.
Austin Aries, Freebird screams. Zima Ion, he screams incorrectly.
So next is our Say Something Nice segment. I don't know how to react to these random names.
We'll talk about them after.
So Say Something Nice segment where we each week pick a wrestler that either is universally hated or at least hated amongst the 2 to 3 of us depending on the week. So this week we went obviously with a TNA Impact themed wrestler, I guess you can call them.
How dare you?
Technically they wrestled a match and I think they won it. I think they won at least a match.
I don't care. I'm already
Producer,
getting,
please reveal for the audience.
I'm already getting sick.
Karen Jarrett.
Fucking bitch.
Wow.
Don't make her bigger. Get away! Oh, over here.
It's the Say Something Nice segment. You start off with such a mean, hateful thing.
Yeah, well, not all roads lead to nice things immediately. You gotta get there. So,
I guess that's a saying we can do.
I guess I'll let you go first and the chat. Chat, do you have anything nice to say about Karen Jarrett? Please let us know. I won't steal your notes or anything.
I won't steal your notes. Karen Jarrett has unfortunately had a successful career as a manager where she's been a part of 2 different shows, and granted it's with her husband, but she is all over TV and not everyone hates her. I think he left. You can't jump out the window. It's the first floor. You're not gonna.
Standing in the corner. I don't want to be on the same screen with you.
I don't think they can. I don't think they can hear you. Hold on.
I'm standing in the corner. I don't want to be in the same screen with you whenever you say what you say about Karen Jarrett. So go.
So unfortunately, I lost another host. So it's just me now for a little while. I hope you guys are okay with that. But yeah, so Karen Jarrett, I think not the worst manager, has been pretty successful.
The worst.
Her and Jeff have had a good run, albeit depends how you view her and Jeff.
Fuck, good run. How?
Square Spectrum said now it's the Danny show, so Aiden's gonna love it, which is very true.
Man, fine, I'll come back. Whatever. Fucking bullshit.
Thank you, Square. You got him back. She's
Somehow-
somehow worse than Vicky Guerrero.
You know, yeah. Because at least Vicky, like, no, you know, fucking, okay, I'm not even talking about Vicky.
Yeah,
So-
you gotta say something nice about Karen.
So I'm going to find a way to see something nice. Wait, what is this? You texted me things?
Well, I just texted you one thing for you to remember it for later.
Oh, I'm drunk.
I didn't think you were gonna do a live on air.
Whatever. Now I'm all worked up over this. So
All hopped up and mad at
my
me.
nice thing about Karen Jarrett is that she had a few years there in her life where she got to spend a lot of time with Kurt Angle, and I think that's kind of neat.
Done. All right. Thank you for that. If anyone else has a nice thing to say about Karen Jarrett, you may. Producer, I think for Juicebox's, health, you gotta take off Karen Jarrett. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the right word. I was gonna say cholesterol for some reason. That was gonna be weird. Ah, she's back.
No! Nightmare!
All right.
Hold on, no! You made me act like Goldust again from last week. Hold on. My nice thing is that she had Kurt Angle's children with a broken freaking neck.
I don't think she had the broken neck.
Kurt Angle did.
Kurt Angle did.
Kurt Angle carried those children to term. Good for Kurt, man.
A
Real man. They killed my dude Kurt Angle with that storyline. She was easy to hate, which means that she did something right. Trash, though. You know what, though? No, she didn't do something right. Listen, that's the whole X-Pac heat thing. Like, she didn't do anything right. She was just fucking hated. That's it. She was getting booed at for existing. God damn it. Okay.
Sometimes that's all you need, though. That's like, if you can play into it, that's the right heat. But whatever, we'll move on. Let's move on. That was a nice.
They said fair.
That was a nice
I'm trying to move on.
one.
Okay, so before we get fully off the Impact stuff, really quick, I saw Luke mention Austin Aries and Zema Ion, so I at least want to talk about him really quick. Little burb. Don't make me say anything nice about Jeff Jarrett, please. That'll be a future episode, I'm sure. You can tune in.
I can talk about both those guys. I like them too.
Yeah, Austin Aries is awesome. I know some people may not like him as a person, but that's not really what we're talking about here today in terms of him in the ring. I miss him. He's one of the few people I wish was still going. I don't know why he stopped. I think he probably stopped because of his attitude and like people just started like not giving him work. But
Yeah, WWE, I feel like really killed a lot of his momentum.
Austin,
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Oh God. Yes, Austin Aries, Massachusetts. Well-known wrestler.
Oh, girl.
All right.
But yeah, no, I think he was great in the ring. I
Yeah.
think the whole C plan that whole storyline was
Option C.
was so cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, he had a big falling out with Impact because I think he didn't want to lose to Johnny Nitro or somebody else the title, and him and Don Callis got into like a big fight, and Callis was like really in charge at that point of Impact, and he like basically as soon as he got pinned, he like got up and just immediately walked out. Like
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
And I think
yeah. I've
that-
never seen that.
pushed him out of Impact, and then from there it kind of like blackballed him.
That's
But-
fair.
So
And,
it's a bummer.
And the next one's Zema Ion.
Zema Ion, aka DJZ, aka whatever his name is now in the LWO.
AKA the guy who paralyzed
Joaquin Wilde.
Jesse Sorensen, that poor man.
Yeah,
That was
I don't
crazy.
fault him for that.
No, that wasn't his fault at all. That
It
was
wasn't his
just
fault.
unfortunately. That's what I remember the most about him in TNA, which is sad. Thank God his career has really stepped up.
You don't remember the horns? when he
Oh,
came
I
out?
remember that. I remember that. That wasn't a great memory.
I liked him. I like him now.
No, I liked.
You know,
I like him now.
yeah, because he's with the LWO.
Yeah, my favorite faction ever.
Of course. All right. Now
Oh
we're
god.
moving on from our. We appreciate you joining us for the EA. Wait, they were good, man. TNA was good at that time. That was my favorite time watching.
We agree.
You know, Aces and Eights, baby. Dun, 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 dun.
I wish I had watched a few years before that, because like '07 going into Aces and Eights and all that, like that 4 year span right before Aces and Eights was so good, and that's when they really like were getting their stride with Kurt Angle and stuff. Oh man.
Yeah, TNA would do heel versus heel and face versus face, and they didn't treat the fans like they were stupid. Yeah,
It was great.
you know, I mean, like I know AEW's killing it right now, but a lot of what TNA was doing was what AEW's doing now. They just didn't have the money behind them to really take off.
The whole Samoa Joe Kurt Angle thing wasn't a heel versus face thing. It was two of the best, literally just trying to prove who's the better one, and it was one of the best rivalries in like any wrestling company. It was fantastic.
Yeah, and then like you said, things going south fast. That's, in my opinion, that's Hogan and Bischoff. Hogan and Bischoff killed it, and then Dixie Carter just let it run into the ground, and that was the beginning of the end. And I mean, not even the end, because they're still going. There's still something.
I don't know how they keep, like, every time they're about to die, they just keep getting that extra, like,
Yeah.
and then just jolt back to life for a little bit longer.
I'm happy people still got work. Don't get me wrong, but like, it just fell apart so fast. There's so much stuff going on now that like it's the same thing it used to be when I used to watch. Like, there's stuff that I watch that I love that they do, and there's stuff that sucks and I just completely ignore it. Like, Heath Slater's there, Fandango's there, Santino Morella's there, like Kurt Hawkins is there. Like, you're talking like I don't. Fine,
care about
like
that.
I don't care about it. It's not my thing. Like, I just don't watch that. But either way, I mean, Impact. Congrats on your 1,000 episodes, I guess. And yes, Freebird. All those guys are in TNA now.
Currently.
It's a very different TNA. Smaller crowds. Yeah. So that's TNA now. I would tell you to watch it, but you probably don't get it on your cable providers, because it's on Access TV. If you do get access.
Oh, God.
Yeah. All right, well, that's it for our Impact TNA talks. Thank you all for coming in and contributing for that part of the show. We're now going to move on and talk about WWE Payback and AEW All Out, the two pay-per-views that took place over the weekend. By all means, we can try and squeeze them in afterwards. If you have any more Impact or TNA thoughts and comments you do want us to talk about.
Josh Matthews, FTW.
Josh Matthews for the win. He's still working backstage as a producer for them. He was doing commentary for a while.
So funny.
And I don't know if you know this, Freebird, he is married to Madison Rayne.
Oh, yeah,
So
I didn't know that.
Good
That's
for him.
awesome.
I'm pulling that.
By the way, don't forget, if you haven't yet, please follow. We are so close to 50, so please get a follow. I don't know where it
It's
is.
somewhere down here.
For me, it
Please.
shows right up there.
Or up there, anywhere. Just wherever the follow button is, hit it. Tell your mom. Call your friends right now. Tell them what you're doing. Tell them you're watching us
New text.
on the street. No, call them. Call your mom. Call your dad. Be like, Mom, you got to check this out. Make a Twitch. Hit up these guys. They're going to be your new favorite Twitch. We're going for the mom demographic.
That's fair.
I think it's a smart play. So
Moms like me.
Moms love me, especially the Japanese ones. That's a whole different story. But
What is happening?
so be sure to hit the follow button right now,
All right,
anywhere on the screen.
moving
We
on.
love you.
So,
Konnichiwa.
this past weekend, I don't know what's happening. This past weekend, chock full of pay-per-views, crazy weekend.
Chock full.
I think both pay-per-views were pretty good. I think our picks across the board, as always, were pretty on cue, spot on. There we go, spot on. I was looking for that word. So, real quick, we're gonna start off with WWE Payback, because that's the first one I have on here.
Yeah, I'm bringing it up right now.
I got it up. Matt went 3-3. Juicebox and myself both went 5-1. The only one match that we got wrong was KO and Sami Zayn. We said would beat Judgment Day. That was not the case. Judgment Day beat KO and Sami Zayn, which pissed me off because right before I gave my picks, or right after I gave my picks, I literally told Juicebox, I don't think WWE will pull the trigger on Judgment Day. Like, I want to pick them, but I don't think WWE will do it. And then they did it, and I was pissed because I wanted to pick them because I love what Judgment Day is doing right now. And
Snooze, you lose.
I do snooze. I did snooze, so I lost.
And you lose.
I lost that match.
Yeah.
So what did you think of Payback?
I liked Payback. I liked a lot of stuff they did. It started off with Becky versus Trish in the cage. I've loved that feud the entire way through from the beginning. I like them bringing in Zoe Stark, using her. I hope they can keep using her going forward um, after the story now. But yeah, they gave it 20 minutes. It was solid. I mean, they both kicked ass. And there, Trish got that ugly welt on her head. She got lit up.
I'm not gonna lie, that was the surprise of the night. I didn't think the match would be that good, and,
No.
I loved it. I thought
Yeah.
the match was fantastic.
I was all about it. I figured it was going to be good, and it delivered. So I like Becky and Trish a lot. After that, we have LA Knight and The Miz
Yeah,
with our guest host, John Cena,
that was terrible.
as a special guest referee.
He wasn't a bad referee. That was just whole segment before the match was just stupid.
Yeah, I mean, Cena had to come out and
Yeah,
do
he
the
had to
whole
play
thing,
it
hype
up.
everybody up,
Yeah.
and it looks like it's going to lead to Cena versus LA Knight at some point. So I'm all about that. So listen, the whole point of this is to get LA Knight over, and it's working, and the crowd loves him, and I love the guy, and he deserves it. LA Knight
Yeah.
could have been a little better. Prove
Well, I didn't want to scream it too loud.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, screw for your chest. Yeah, so that one was fine. Ray versus Austin, I have no notes. I don't really care for it. I mean,
Just the same match you kind of see every time with Ray.
Eli.
You meant Eli
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
You just meant Drake, I assume, but that's all right.
Eli Drakem.
Drakem. But no, that was just a standard of the mill match. I'm just curious if they're, and I know you don't really care about the feud or Ray overall or anything, but I'm curious if they're gonna just set up him versus Santos thing and how they're gonna try to get, like, are they gonna make the LWO split up and he takes his stable back, or I don't know what they're gonna do, but I'm curious if that's kind of the direction they're going in. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel. Listen, Ray beat Theory. That was the rematch. That should be done.
Yeah.
Theory
exactly.
should do something
I
completely
agree.
new right now.
To be honest with you,
Um,
I want Theory and Grayson Waller to do a little attack team. I thought we saw that on SmackDown right before. I thought that was kind of like they can do something there where Theory isn't the worst because like
they can. I mean, I
he's
feel like
gonna
it's a
be
little
backed
lazy.
up a
It's a
little
little
bit.
lazy and easy, but it makes sense to do it because they're so similar.
That's what I'm saying.
But I feel like it hurts Waller. Like Waller doesn't need it right now. But
That's fair too.
um,
I do like Waller.
yeah, no, and I get it. Kevin last. I don't like Theory at all. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because like if you watch the stuff in NXT, like the moves and the stuff that he can do, he's just not doing.
Yeah.
On the main roster. Like I wasn't crazy about it, but the best Theory I've seen so far was when he was in the way with all of them, and he was being,
That's what I've been
he
saying.
was being like the goofy, like I don't want to say baby, but like the goofy like child of the group, and like
Mhm.
that was entertaining. He was at least doing something. Again, I wasn't crazy about it, but if I had to pick the best Theory I've seen so far, that's the one it should kind of go back to.
No, I 100% agree. I actually like that Theory. I thought that was a good like little character for him, and I like the stable also.
Yeah.
So I thought
As
that
for
was awesome.
Ray and Santos, yeah, I mean Santos should get it. I don't know what the story is there.
Neither do I.
I don't get what they're doing with LWO. Everyone's praising
I just
it,
hate
but
LWO.
they're not doing anything.
It's just dumb. It doesn't make sense.
They're not doing it, and that was the thing I pointed out to him is that they came out wearing PWO shirts. Now they're the Pittsburgh World Order.
Yeah,
Like
it's
they're
just
not even the
stupid.
fucking LWO anymore. They're just whatever town they're in that week's World Order.
I hate it.
So it's just to sell shirts and just yeah, not a fan of it. Moving on, the Pittsburgh Steel City Street Fight, named so eloquently, the Pittsburgh Steel City Street Fight, not redundant and one bit.
Great match.
Judgment Day, Finn
Fantastic
Balor,
match.
Damian Priest versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Blew me away.
Yeah,
Loved it.
that's the kind of hardcore match they should have had for Terry Funk. Like,
Oh yeah,
should have been like that. Should have been the memorial match. That thing was fantastic.
it was awesome.
They did everything right. They when they popped up with the jerseys, that was dope. Like that little play to the crowd, that was great. When they did this hockey fight,
The
and
Swanton,
honestly,
the Swanton was my highlight. When he went,
Swanton
when
was,
he,
I
when he
really
did
thought he
that,
broke his ankles, bro. I don't know if you guys saw the whip down when he hit the Dom on the table, and then his legs didn't land. Like he didn't land center. He landed top heavy, so his whole lower half just like hit the floor. I was real nervous that he like broke a ankle or broke something with his leg or hurt it. I was like, nah, don't be out, please. And then he finished the match, thank God.
yeah. The only thing
Yeah,
I
it
didn't
was
like
good.
about the match was the stupid barricade spot they always do, where Rhea
But-
Ripley ran
yeah,
into
but
Kevin Owens and they broke.
Rhea looked like a monster doing
I don't
that.
care. That spot has been done to death. It is stupid. I hate it, and like it should only be when it's two big men doing it. And I love Rhea.
That's the point.
Nah, I'm sorry. Like that's not.
I
I didn't
disagree
like.
with
I
you.
didn't like that
I
at
think
all.
that was great.
That's nice. Well, you can see it again every other week on Raw, and they do it again and again. I guess.
Yeah, because she does that all the time. That
It
was
shouldn't be done. It should be done maybe like once or twice a year.
When's the last
tops.
time you saw it done?
Dude, they did it at like SummerSlam. Like they do it all the time.
Maybe I don't remember it. The last time
I'm not
I
saying
really don't
Rhea,
remember.
but I'm saying the
I know.
barricade spot. They do
I
that.
understand that. I'm saying I don't remember the last time. I had to feel like they haven't done it for a while, but I
Nah,
could be wrong.
They do it all the time.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
it looked cooler with Rhea.
Sure. So moving on, the next match we have is Rhea Ripley versus Raquel Rodriguez. Solid match. Crowds didn't give a shit
Because they didn't do a build for it. Like there was no real feud. You hurt me one week, you hurt my partner, and then like I don't know. It should have been built better because they are two like really great wrestlers. But we didn't need Dom at the end.
Yeah, you
Like,
didn't. You didn't. Need
You're
to do
building
it.
Rhea as this top heel. You're building Rhea as this monster. You don't need her interference wins every time. Like sometimes she needs just a solid heel monster win, and WWE doesn't do that. And it pisses me off.
Yeah, I'm just tired of like it's just Judgment Day is the Bloodline. They're doing the same like endings and the same kind of thing. Yeah, like listen, I know we're not talking about last night.
Not
but, like,
storyline wise.
not like, kind of. They were doing the Dissension, but like now they're bringing in McDonough as like the outsider, like Sammy was.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like they're doing like there's stuff there. Like Rhea's kind of acting like Heyman. Dom's kind of being like Solo, or like
he's not.
not like an
You can't
enforcer.
compare Dom and
Not an enforcer, but he's kind of just like, you guys do whatever you want. I agree. And like Rhea's kind of using Dom to do things like her. I'm just saying.
I mean,
it's
I
there.
guess
It's there.
if you're stretching it, I don't think they're exactly like the Bloodline though, because it's two different head figures. The Dissension was done very differently. Sammy's brought in a lot differently than Jake because the history with Jake
Listen,
and Finn tied in. It's not like they just like forced the history of Jake and McDonough and Finn. Like you even like the McDonough and Finn history at first. You were
Yeah,
saying.
no, I do. I'm just saying, for what it's worth, WWE loves copy pasting their stories on different shows. So, like, either way, we're getting off track here. I like the match though. They gave it a lot of time. It could have been better. Like their NXT matches were better, but the crowd just didn't give a shit, so it didn't get to go to that next level.
Yeah, agreed.
And then the main event, Seth versus Shin, for the title. I loved it. Again, I think the crowd was a little tired. So they didn't give it like everything, but it didn't bother me here because at least this was well built. I love matches where they can like focus on a body part and make it mean something in the match. So the whole backstory was great.
I didn't realize that was Shin's first real main event. That was crazy. Like when they said that on the air, that kind of pissed me off.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
so disrespectful to that man.
yeah, it was even during the AJ stuff back in.
Yeah, that was not the main event of Mania.
Nope.
Or of the pay-per-views, like, which was crazy to me. Whatever.
Yeah.
So stupid.
But
So that was Payback.
Yes.
Again, I thought it was a real solid show, and the Seth Shin match I loved the post-match tag so they can keep the feud going.
Mhm.
And finally, like, just a clean win, like no outside interference, no whatever. Like,
yeah,
the feud's going real well, and I think it's obviously we watch Raw afterward. We're not gonna really talk about it, but just the feud still going is gonna be nice.
yeah. What did you guys think about Payback? If any of you guys watched Payback, let us know your thoughts down below. I know we're about to head into AEW All Out, but by all means, if you have Payback thoughts, let us know. We will talk about them here. Also, as we're talking about AEW All Out, let us know, and we will bring up your thoughts as we're going along here, going through the matches. So AEW All Out was the next night after Payback. We had 13 matches on this show versus the 6 on Payback, so a little bit longer of a show, but that's AEW's norm. So we'll start with the over-budget charity battle royal.
Some of these we could just fly through.
Yeah, the over charity battle royal. We didn't know anybody going into it.
Yeah, that sucked.
So it was impossible to really know like how it would go. But until they brought out Paige, I thought it was Dalton Castle was going to win it. Like as they were just coming out and showing names, I was like, all right, it's a lot of Ring of Honor people talking about Brian Cage and the Embassy winning.
Especially because they were saying it was like a for charity and stuff. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
they don't really care who wins, kind of thing. So it's not gonna be a big
So
deal.
I kind of had a feeling Dalton Castle would.
And then once we saw Paige,
Yeah,
you knew
Paige,
was
it was pretty much a layup.
I picked Wardlow to see if maybe he came back and they just gave him like a weird rub.
I picked Paige and I got it.
He did.
Yeah.
Who'd
After
Matt
that,
Who'd
what?
Matt pick?
I think he picked Jungle Boy.
Oh, he picked Jungle Boy. We told him he got suspended, but he didn't care.
So then we have the 6-women tag match: Hikaru Shida, Willow Nightingale, and Sky Blue defeating Athena, Mercedes, and Diamante.
Yeah, that was just a classic heel versus face, just for the crowd kind of thing.
Yeah, pretty standard.
So.
You know, Sky Blue, hometown, got the win. Nothing much there to talk about. 6-man trios tag titles: the Acclaimed with Dennis Rodman versus Jeff Jarrett, Satnam Singh, and Jay Lethal.
Awful. Just awful.
I don't want to talk about it at all.
Like, that's it. Just awful.
Acclaimed won.
I will say, I do like the Acclaim's new belts. I think they're cool with the little scissoring thing. I like when they like kind of adapt belts to that kind of stuff. So I do think that's dope. And one thing we didn't mention for when we were talking about the Bray Wyatt stuff is, I don't know if you saw it, Seth Rollins' side plate.
Yeah, I saw the side
Yeah,
plate.
the Bray Wyatt side plate on Seth Rollins' belt was pretty dope too. So just because popped into my head when I said belts. So yeah, sorry, continue.
Oh, all good.
Awful match. Terrible match.
Yep. Now we move on to the main show.
Woo!
Kicking off, we have Adam Cole and MJF
Baby!
versus the Dark Order for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team titles.
Would have loved if the Dark Order won, but obviously
Would have been
wouldn't
cool.
have made sense.
I mean, they could have pulled it off if they got Strong and Kingdom involved.
They just look so good.
They could have done it. So they could have done it here. I mean, I didn't think they would.
Neither.
But, yeah, Cole and
We didn't
MJF
pick
retain, and the story rolls on. But, and yeah, I'm pretty sure Strong and...
I was going to say, your predictions for Grand Slam were going to be, what, Strong and Samoa Joe?
Well, I think Strong and Joe are going to be the finals for the tournament.
Sorry, for whoever faces him at Grand
to
Slam.
fight MJF, because I think either one now can make a ton of sense to fight MJF at Grand Slam.
I think for Grand Slam, it's going to be Joe. Because
Yeah.
they want to treat it like a pay-per-view. I
Mm.
could see Strong, but I feel like they want to give like a dope main event, especially because your boy's not going to be there. So
Moving on, so Samoa Joe versus Shane Taylor for the Ring of Honor TV title.
Talk. King
Samoa,
of TV, baby.
yeah, Samoa Joe retains in a match that I like Shane Taylor, I guess, like he's fine, but did not need to be on the show.
Yeah,
at
it
all.
was really pointless, especially because a lot of that, like me, don't know who Shane Taylor is, and at least put him on like Dynamite or something a few weeks just to like build him up, just show us something with the guy.
And for what it's
No
worth,
idea who the hell he was.
For what it's worth, I mean, I watched Ring of Honor. He's been in Ring of Honor for years, even before TK bought it, and he was TV champion. Like he's been doing this for a while. But he won a tournament on Ring of Honor TV to challenge for the title. For
Oh,
Samoa
okay.
Joe.
See, I didn't even know
So
that.
he won a tournament to get this match, so he did earn it that way. But yeah, in terms of like for the standard AEW viewer,
No idea.
you have no idea what's going on. So whatever.
I think the bigger news out of that though was Samoa Joe with the little shove on MJF, and then MJF attacking him after the match. So
yeah.
like,
Well, I
that
like,
was dope because that just came out of nowhere, but that was real organic. Like that would be something Samoa Joe does, is just like, get the fuck out of my way, I need to go wrestle my match.
Well, you also know the callback to that, right?
Probably not.
Oh, well, back in NXT when Samoa Joe.
Oh yeah, he was a security guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he pushed him.
Oh, I didn't know he pushed him as a security guard.
Oh,
That's
well, then let me
hilarious.
finish. So Samoa Joe was the champion in NXT at one point. And for a takeover, I think they were in Brooklyn. He was walking out, all of his attitude and stuff like that. And then the security guards are like behind him, like following him. The one behind him was MJF. MJF was getting a little too close. I'm sure they planned it. So Samoa Joe just fucking boom, just shoves him into the wall and keeps going. This is when MJF's like nothing. He's like whatever.
That's hilarious.
So it was a throwback to that.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That is dope.
So yeah. So
like that.
moving on now, we
Makes
have
it better.
Luchasaurus defeating Darby Allin
Great match. I
for the
loved it.
TNT title.
I thought it was a dope match.
Good match. And for me at least, I don't know if you noticed this. I think it was the only match where I changed my pick from when I made it last week on here. The only reason I changed the pick was as soon as Darby asked Nick Wayne to be at ringside and said it would be my honor if you were in my corner,
You knew who was losing.
I flipped it. I was
Yeah,
like,
you
he's
knew he
not
was
winning.
losing.
Because there was a chance. I thought he was going to win. But as soon as he asked Nick Wayne to be at ringside, I figured it was either going to be a turn he would accidentally throw in the towel. He would cost them some things. I knew Nick Wayne being there now took it away from him. So
No, I didn't think Christian Cage. This Christian Cage story is real good, so I didn't think they were going to do anything with that. Christian is a scumbag on that mic, though. Every week he talks on this mic to these kids, and yeah, granted, producer makes a joke all the time. It's the dead dad issues I have, but like some of these jokes or some of these things he says to these people are vicious.
Yeah.
Like, he must be having so much fun. Which is so disgusting to say, but he must be having a blast right now. Oh my god, talking about Nick Wayne's mom like that, bro.
Did you see
That was crazy.
Did you watch the post-show scrum or no?
Not yet. I was going. Go ahead, spoil it. I don't care.
No, well, for what it's worth, I mean, it's probably broken online, so you probably might have seen it or should have. But Christian announced that he re-signed a new contract.
I did see that.
So
yeah.
he's extended his contract. He's with AEW
which is dope.
for I don't know how long.
I love Christian,
longer.
so I love anything.
Yeah.
He wants to say, please.
Next match, we have Miro defeating Powerhouse Hobbs by submission. Now.
Oh wait, sorry. Previous match with what? Well, not previous match. Previous storyline. What do you think is happening with Nick Wayne and Darby? Because that was the whole reason that he helped him to Collision, was that Nick Wayne wasn't going to forgive him for the AR Fox stuff. So is that going to keep going?
You know, it's funny. I almost thought what they could end up doing is they can have Nick Wayne like go / side with Christian and like be like, you're my father figure. Like I like go like lean into it, be like, I look up to you, you're my dad, you're my father figure now.
So I was thinking something like that.
I need like at least you, I know what I'm getting. Like Darby didn't look out for me. Blah, blah,
When
blah.
the wrestlers came out to help Darby after the match,
Mhm.
I thought that was a good spot for like a Nick Wayne AR Fox thing, and when they didn't do it, I was like, like, what are they doing with these two? Because like that could have been a good like get away from Darby kind of crap. Like I still don't trust you or whatever. But I don't know. Sorry. I just wanted to get your opinion.
Yeah,
on
no, I think Nick Wayne has to at least go heel here. in some
right?
way.
He has to.
I think, yeah.
Because that would be cool. Him and Darby.
So, yeah. Miro defeated Powerhouse Hobbs in a 15-minute and 40-second match. The only reason I say 15 minutes and 40 seconds is because I originally picked it to be a draw, assuming that it was a 15-minute time limit. So I thought it was going to go the distance. Lo and behold, it was a 20-minute time limit. I instantly knew I was going to get it wrong, and it went 15
And then
minutes
the match
and
kept
40
going,
seconds.
and you were like, "Wait a second, I still have a chance."
I thought they were going to do it. I thought they were going to go the distance. But, yeah, the Meat Man match. You know, meat forever, bumping meats, meaty men, slapping the meats.
The crowd was hilarious. I mean, the crowd was killing me more than the match was great. I love both of them in the match. I'm opposite you. I do like the post-match stuff a lot. I know that some people don't like Lana, and that's fine. She's not like, as long as she's not wrestling, I don't care. But as far as his storyline where he gave up everything, and then him after the match or afterwards being like, you're not real, like, I love when wrestlers kind of play like a crazy, like losing their shit kind of character if they do it well. And I think Miro can. So I think it's going to be like a good storyline for the next few weeks with her, because you said it's not a long-term
Thank God.
signing, right?
It's not a long-term signing, according to Tony Khan. It's a short-term deal. I have absolutely no interest in seeing this play out, so I have nothing to say about it.
Next match?
Thank you. Yes. Chris Statlander successfully defends her TBS championship against Ruby Soho.
And why?
Solid match.
Because of your girl.
What?
Because your girl can't control herself.
Listen.
And Tony Storm's running a goddamn muck and ruining a great stable.
Baby girl can do what baby girl wants.
Yeah, baby girl is, and she doesn't have a title now.
Yeah, well.
And she almost broke Soraya's arms.
It's not her fault. It's not her fault. Yeah, it was a good, solid match. You know, the right person won.
Yes.
I do kind of wish, like, it was. I get it story wise. I do like Tony and all that. I do kind of wish it was clean, more for Stat, because like Stat was saying, like, I need this win to feel like a champion, and to win it. I mean, Tony didn't get physical, if I remember right. I think just Tony took the can away from Ruby and caused a distraction.
I thought she sprayed it in Ruby.
No,
Am I wrong about that?
I don't think so. No, she was spraying it in the air, going in
That's
circles.
what, yeah, okay, yeah.
But like So she only caused like a distraction of Ruby, but didn't touch her. But like, just nitpicking. I kind of wish Chris was able just to like win. But I loved Statlander's gear
Yeah.
as Zoolander.
Yeah.
Doing
That
the
was
face.
so dope.
That was awesome. It was really cool too because
I love the Zoolander gear.
if you didn't see it, she tweeted Ben Stiller on Twitter a picture of it, and he wrote back to her saying ridiculously good looking
That's great. That's awesome.
for the costume. So I thought
No,
that
I
was
love
really
the pose
cool.
and everything. That was so
Yeah.
cool. Blue Steel.
Yup.
Uh,
Next up,
I agree.
Brian Danielson defeats Ricky Starks by submission in a no DQ strap match.
I love Danielson. The match, great. No question about the match ever not being good. Why? Why, John? Why?
I agree 100%, and I have nothing else to say at this time.
You're gonna save it for later. All right. Well, I'll keep talking about this real quick. So the match was great. I'm happy Brian's back, but it's annoying that he wasn't back last week. If he could wrestle this week, he could wrestle last week. He could have been in that whole thing. Even Nigel called it out, which I thought was great. That he was just like, what a coward! Like could have been
Okay.
here last week.
So I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna jump in here really quick. So I'm not happy he's back, not because of what you're thinking. I'm not happy he's back because he is clearly still not 100%.
I
The
agree.
way he's wrapped up, he still needs at least another month. He even said it on the post-show scrum. He said, if you didn't notice, which he said he thought a lot of people didn't, but I did, it was a lot of smoke and mirrors. A lot of smoke and mirrors in that match. He didn't use his arm at all.
He said he
in the
used his
match.
left arm only, right?
Yes. So, I mean, they
Which
cleared
is
him.
good that he
they,
knows what to
they
do.
cleared him enough to do the brawl, but that was a very dumb and risky thing to do.
What I feel like is going to happen, though, is that they just brought him back on TV to be like the mouthpiece again for the BCC. Because right afterward, in the main event, he was with Moxley celebrating at the
Yeah,
end.
we'll see.
so-
I love Danielson.
so-
I'm sure he trusts his body, but like,
I-
he wasn't ready.
No, what I mean by that is I don't think they're going to be putting him in many more matches for the next like month. I think he's just going to be on TV building for like maybe
Yeah,
Grand Slam
probably.
in a few weeks or whatever. I don't think he's going to be wrestling week in and week out until
Yep.
probably Grand Slam. Which, hey, we get him for Grand Slam, and I hope he's 100%. So we get like a great match out of
I'd
it.
rather not see him wrestle on Grand Slam.
That-
I wouldn't. I'd rather not. Knowing that he's not 100% yet, I don't want to. I'd rather.
That's what I'm saying. I hope he's 100% by then.
yeah.
We don't know. He's got what, 3 weeks?
2
2 from tomorrow. Yeah.
2 weeks till Grand Slam, and he probably needs another 4. So I'm not comfortable with it. But I'm
Let's
just
see what
me.
happens.
I'm not a wrestler, so
No, that's fair.
just my opinion. But next up,
You don't
we
have to be a
have.
wrestler to be an intelligent person.
Yeah, you can be right though. Next up is Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta defeating Eddie Kingston and Shibata.
So this is one of the first matches that we had different. I think every match so
Mhm.
far, except for the mirror match we talked about.
Mhm.
But this is one of the matches where we had different one. I thought
We were the same. Matt was different.
no, I picked Claudio and Yuta.
Yep, me too.
Oh, did you?
Mhm.
Oh, so then when we were then
Yeah, Matt was different.
I take back what I said.
Yeah, it was fine. Just kind of nothing going on there. It was just
I just didn't understand what.
Claudio with the shock pin on Eddie.
Yeah,
With the uppercut is really the story there. And
but I also don't understand. Like, I feel like they rushed the match. Like, there's
They
no
did.
reason to have that match.
they did. It
You
was
had
just- it
13
was-
matches on the card. You could easily not done this match.
Yeah, it was just thrown on the show. I think
Yeah.
that's it. Takeshita versus Omega.
That was a good match.
Probably my match of the night.
That was a great match.
Right person won.
Yes.
They killed it. I loved
100%.
I loved the finish. Yeah, just awesome, awesome. And I think
I loved Kenny's gear too, the throwback.
Yeah, playing back.
So,
Um,
but no, I think that match is great. I think it continues this great narrative that Kenny can't win without Don Callis right now. I hate Don Callis, and I'm loving that I hate him because of all this. Like it's he's doing great heel work right now. So, no, it's hitting on all cylinders for me. I
Yeah.
really really like it.
Then we have Bullet Club Gold defeating FTR and the Bucks in an 8-man tag.
I don't know. Looking back on it, I don't know why I picked FTR in the Bucks.
because they were a super team.
Yeah,
And the tag champs. Were
that's
on that
exactly
side.
why we shouldn't have picked them.
Yeah.
Like Wrestling 101, they're two rival teams that are being put together on the big show. They're gonna fight each other and cost each other the match because there's no real negative for them losing.
Yeah.
And Bullet Club Gold can definitely use that rub from beating two of the greatest tag teams ever, according to whoever, according to some fans. Yeah, I'm upset that I just didn't think about that better. I got kind of lost in the FTR.
Well, that's what happens
Young
when a card is thrown together with days' notice and you don't have time to think about stories playing out. That's a different
also
story
very
for a
fair.
different day. Next
Or
up,
maybe later today.
Next up, we have the main event: Jon Moxley defeating Orange Cassidy for the international title. Hated it.
You hated it?
Hated that match.
Like hated the match or hated the ending?
The ending.
Okay. Did you like the match until the ending?
No.
Really interesting. Okay.
No, I didn't like any of it. Honestly, it felt like a Brock Lesnar match. It felt like one of the matches where Brock just beats the shit out of somebody. The babyface gets a few spots in. You think, oh my god. And then the monster still wins and knocks him out. And leaves with the title. It honestly felt like a Brock Lesnar match. I was shocked Cassidy did not get that much offense in, knowing what Cassidy's done after all this time.
But that's why, because he just wrestled the match on Wednesday. He wrestled last week where he got all messed up. He's been the whole storylines that he's been so messed up for so long.
I understand the story. I'm just saying I didn't like that execution of the match. And like I've been telling you for weeks, Mox had no business winning it. Mox had no business being that guy, getting that spot, getting that moment. You could have done somebody else to conquer Cassidy and put them over. I'm a big believer in that, and I just think the payoff, it was almost more just about Cassidy losing than it was about Mox winning. And that just shows me that Mox shouldn't have been the one to win. It was more about Cassidy finally losing than Mox even winning.
So I agree with that last part, but damn, before you literally just spoke, I thought everything was good. Like, I liked it. I thought it was the right move.
Listen, you can like it, man.
No. I was just saying, like, I'm surprised that you did it. Because I thought it was the right move. I thought it made sense with the storyline. That Orange just literally could barely throw a punch.
And it makes perfect sense. Cassidy's story and trajectory and path.
Yes.
Everything. But A+ makes sense.
But what I'm also going to say is, who would you have wanted to give that spot to? Because if you want to prove that Orange Cassidy was this unbeatable guy, then you had to have him beaten by one of the best.
Yeah, well,
you can't have him beaten by someone who's up and coming.
Yeah, you can.
You can.
It could have been somebody on any night, dude. We thought Swerve was gonna do it. You could have brought back Lance Archer like a fucking hurricane.
Yeah, but
you could have done Keith Lee.
But we talk about this. They don't do the big man right in AEW.
Yeah,
they never have from day one.
Still,
Cody killed every big man from day one, and that was the precedent set.
Things that they can do, like you want to put somebody over, you could have done Kip. Kip was the mastermind behind all of this from the beginning.
No,
yes, he was. He was manipulating opponents.
He was. I'm saying Kip Sabian being him, I would have been pissed about.
But
Kip Sabian ruining this run.
But that's the point. Now you're mad at Kip Sabian as a heel.
No,
but there's ways to do it. Not like a flash roll up and sneak it and you cheat.
You're pissed about Moxley.
Yeah, no, I am. I'm mad about it being Mox. That's really it.
That's what I'm saying. I would have been mad about it being Chris, like Sabian. Not Kip Sabian.
These are just examples. Like, I would have been better with Yuta or Garcia. There's so many names I could throw at you and be like, okay, build that person up. Takeshita. A month from now.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, Takeshita could have done it. And then you can do Mox with... There's things you could have done to make it better. I
just feel like in Tony's head, and I'm trying to think in Tony's head. I think in Tony's head it was more of a look what you've done, look how long you've ran, look how great you've been. So the only one worthy of beating you is who we view as literally our top guy in the company, as our savior whenever we need
I get the thought process, but again, my argument is you could have done.
I guess
you could have established somebody else in that moment to be like that, like Mox.
Yes.
That's all. I mean, whatever.
No, that's fair. We're going to have different opinions on it. That happens sometimes.
Yeah, well, mine's right. So
Yeah,
well, that's all out. Those are our pay-per-views.
Elephant in the room? Are we talking about him?
Sure.
So, at All In, and we didn't really get to talk... Well, we didn't know last week's show what the final repercussions were going to be because him and Jack Perry were on suspension. As we all know, CM Punk and Jack Perry got a little fisticuffs in between Jack Perry's match and CM Punk's match at All In. and they were suspended. And then I think Thursday or Friday, I forgot which day, we got news that CM Punk was released.
Saturday.
It was Saturday. Oh, it was before the show.
Hours
Yeah,
before
yeah.
Collision.
So it was. Oh yeah, because you had just sent me the payback predictions. Yeah, I was shocked that they released him, just because of how much Tony Khan loves CM Punk and everything they try to do, and they built a show around it and everything. I think we're gonna have different opinions on certain aspects of it, but I don't think it was the wrong move in retrospect for either side. I think CM Punk wanted out after a while because he was also sick of the bullshit. And what I don't know what reports are real or not, but if he did kind of go after Tony, you can't let him. You can't let him stay, unfortunately, regardless. Um, and also, like, I've talked to a lot of people. I've talked to some friends and you kind of had this attitude too a little bit, where it's like you don't poke the beast, you don't do this with Punk, leave him alone. But like that's also a shitty kind of attitude to have, where it's like you know how he is, so just let him be. Where it's like it's kind of the work environment where you need to be a little more calmer in retrospect, but also he's been pushed to a certain limit, so it's all kind of fucked up. I don't know. I again, I don't think it was the wrong move for both sides. I think it was a necessary move. I just think it was kind of shitty, the optics of how it looks, that CM Punk is almost all in the wrong, where he's clearly not. But that's how they're trying to spin it right now.
Yeah, he is not. I mean, listen, this all started because Adam Page assumed a rumor online to be true and thought that CM Punk was responsible for Colt Cabana being fired. That's where this all started from. He saw the rumors online, believed them without even fucking asking or talking to anybody about it, went on TV and spewed about it. Punk got mad, went to Tony, and said, okay, we need to do something about this. Nothing got done about it. So then for like 3 months, it festered and built and built and built. The frustration of like no one stepping in and taking care of this. And then All Out happened where he vented and went off on the scrum to clear up the Colt Cabana stuff, to be pissed about the dirt sheet stuff of people being children acting like babies.
That's crazy that both things happened at All Out. That just hit me.
Well, the other thing was All In. But,
Was it?
yeah.
Oh no, All Out was this past weekend.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that, then obviously the injury and the big fight happened, so he was out for a few months. But then the problem is Tony never took it upon himself to step in and truly be the leader, the boss that he is, force these guys to be in a room and talk about it and work it out. Or at least talk and work it out enough to move on from it. He didn't do that. So what built was this Punk camp versus elite camp tribalism of like my friends and your friends are gonna post passive aggressive bullshit to rah both sides, and it built up this war that did not need to happen.
Literally, where they create two different shows.
And I still don't believe they made the show for Punk. Like they leaned into it. Listen, they were making the show. They were getting the show made.
No.
The more
I'm sorry.
money, the bigger deal.
I don't mean they made. I'm not saying they made Collision for Punk. They made the roster for Punk.
Well, Punk had a hand in it. They said that. They said, yeah. I mean, which is fine.
That's what I mean by they made the show for Punk.
Well, okay, whatever. But they were building up the talent that weren't getting used, like House of Black, Andrade, Miro. Certain women are now on the show that weren't really like Diamante, Mercedes. So it was good for the company either way to have Collision, to have more content, more show, more people to get spots. But it built and built and built, and nothing was getting done. Everybody was staying to their corners, and anytime they were under the same roof, bullshit was getting leaked that which wasn't true, or being manipulated or told 4 different ways. Everyone's going to believe their version.
Yeah.
So no one's going to win, and all it was doing, and every single thing that happened was Punk getting instigated. He wasn't starting anything. The problem was he was finishing it in a way that was too far.
Yeah.
In a lot of instances.
Yeah.
He was, I've always said it to you and everybody else. Punk's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
Punk is a dick. I know that. I love Punk. Punk's my boy. But he's a cocky asshole. He's always been that way. But he's been true to his fault, true to his ways and his morals. I believe he's a good person. The problem is he's just not going to take shit from anybody. And if he sees through you and sees through your bullshit, he's going to call you out on it and not hold back. And a lot of people don't like that about him. That's why people like the Elite and all them.
Well, the problem is that you also can't do that if you're trying to be a leader in the locker room and stuff. You got to also kind of maintain that and contain that a little bit
but
more
again,
than what he does.
Yes, but again, he was never instigating. Name one situation over the last year that happened.
Granted,
that he started.
Granted that he didn't instigate the Jack Perry thing, he was the first one to get physical, though, according to the reports.
Yeah, but like again, that wouldn't have even happened if Perry didn't do what the fuck he did.
Of course, but that's also like, again, that's saying don't push him. But as an adult, you can also not get physical. Like,
I know.
Very
Listen,
simple.
he shouldn't get physical, but again,
that's what I'm saying.
He's being put in these positions. That's all I'm saying.
Tony Khan feared for his life.
Yeah, like
that was ridiculous.
And then the whole fucking
I couldn't believe Tony Khan said that.
Tony Khan saying he fears for his life. Listen, I'm sure he cleared that statement.
No balls, like Caverlass said.
I haven't read it yet. I'm vibing here, but it's like, I feared for my life. Like really, like I'm sure he cleared that with legal, but to say something like that is fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. You're putting a much different spin on Punk now when you're making it seem like, I feared for my life.
Oh, you being Tony.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy. You can't kind of put that out there on the guy. Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah. All right. Let me read this real quick. So, TK. This is from Caverlass. TK has no balls. I love him for what he's done with AEW from a fan perspective, but he needs some sort of authority backstage. That's not the Elite if he's not going to be the guy. It's true. He basically made backyard wrestlers into EVPs, and they get to run around being little children and babies and like make their passive aggressive jokes. Like I sent you the video the next day on BTE. They filmed the video, and and here's the thing. Okay, so I've been way more against the Bucks than I have been with Paige and Omega, because at least it seems like to me
it was more the Bucks.
Yes, but it seemed like to me Paige like fucked up early on, and then he's kind of just shut up about it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember him really doing anything passive aggressive after, or
I think Omega did something at the first trios match back, but that was like just because of the crowd.
And like Omega's gotten like a pass, but then like I see BTE where they have Omega like with a Pepsi, and he's like drinking the Pepsi like this, and he's like, "Oh, that tastes like lighter fluid." Like you know what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Like why? Why take the victory lap now? He's gone. It's over, and you're still doing shit like this, and that's why like I can't get in their favor on their side. Like I'm with it that Punk shouldn't like of course do some of the things he did, but if I'm picking a side here, I'm with him. Like everything he fucking did was only because he was getting fucking instigated and pushed. You're gonna reach a point where like what are you gonna do? Clearly they didn't want him there, and they won.
Yeah,
they won. They wanted him out. They got their way. He's gone, and like I said last week on the show, I say it again here.
I hope he does.
Come back to WWE. That's it. Fucking stick it to them. Piss them off. Get your fucking money. Go there. Jack up their ratings and their money.
What do you think is more
everything.
likely, WWE or just done with wrestling?
More likely, he's done. But he's a vindictive son of a bitch, and I wouldn't blame him one bit if he. If he did like a 1-year deal and wrestled like 4 times a year.
I was gonna say if they keep going with their bullshit, he's definitely gonna do it eventually because he's just gonna get tired of it.
Because he had a pretty great end right there. He beat his longtime rival in front of probably the biggest crowd he's ever wrestled in front of, as the real world's champion. And I saw a video where apparently when he's like waving at one point, you see him go like goodbye. He says goodbye to the crowd and All In, and he's walking out with the belt on his shoulder like that, doing this like he probably knew like that was going to be it. No, I'm saying he probably knew that was it.
He's like, I just attacked the owner of the company. I'm probably not going to be back.
Yeah, he probably knew that was going to be it, especially if he really did say I quit, which I'm sure he probably did. But again,
he definitely did.
But again,
whether he meant it or not, I don't agree.
People get fired up all the time. I fucking hate this place. I fucking quit, and they don't mean it.
Especially after just fighting someone.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna say stupid shit. Like you can't take that seriously.
You know what though? It's just like so. Here's the. I can keep going on and on about this, but I'm gonna try and wrap it up. This is where I land on it. I'm mad at Punk. I'm mad at the Bucks. I'm mad at Tony. I'm mad at AEW. I'm mad at Matt Hardy. I'm mad at Jack Perry. I'm mad at Chris Jericho. I'm mad at Brandon Cutler. All these fuckers that are leaking things.
Oh, Matt Hardy's a leak?
Oh, absolutely.
I didn't know.
He's one of the biggest like elite like people that like is leaking all this
I
shit.
know he's an elite
Yeah.
cocksucker.
Yeah,
I just
but they're-
wasn't sure. If,
But like, and that's anybody. And that's like I said, I'm mad at Punk too. Anyone that's leaking shit, like you're letting it happen, Tony. You're letting the things go down. You're letting your ship sink, and you don't care enough to do anything about it.
Mhm.
So I'm mad at everybody because you know who loses out? We do. We're losing out now. We lost Punk it all out with what they were gonna do with Starks, which left a bad taste in my mouth. I didn't even order the pay-per-view. I didn't even
Yeah.
order it. I didn't put any money into it. I watched it by other means the next day.
I think I would have had Ricky Steamboat actually wrestle the match than.
And
Danielson.
that made me uncomfortable. Danielson, I didn't even care when he came out. I felt nothing when he
Nah, I
came
love
back
him.
at Collision.
He's still one of my favorites.
No, I love him, but yeah, I didn't.
No, I know
'Cause
what you mean.
all
know
I
what you mean.
knew, because even when he came out, I'm like, all right, this is just a Punk replacement.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, so it did nothing for me. Where I was like, oh shit, he's back. And then like stuff like Rodman, and then stuff like
The Rodman thing was
like
stupid.
Lana, like it's making me like the goodwill and the good faith that I've had for AEW since the beginning, basically gone. Like I haven't missed a single Dynamite, Rampage, Collision, Dark, Elevation, Ring of Honor. Like I consume all of it as a fan.
Yeah, you're not even excited about Grand Slam right now. You're saying.
I didn't even order All Out. Like I said, I didn't want to give any money because that's the best way you can do. You speak with your wallet, and I didn't want to do that. And like I don't even care about Grand Slam. It's in 2 weeks. I'm gonna try and get excited for it.
Well,
I'm gonna-
according to Tony Khan, you're not paying for it was okay because they still did a great sell the following week, losing half their viewers from the week before.
Yeah, well, whatever. But
For any of you who didn't see, they all in was what 200,000.
so All Out.
All out.
Oh no,
sorry.
you're right. All
Yeah,
in. All in was like 180k buys, and apparently All Out was only like 100k. And he's like, oh, that's a good, it's a good retention from the last week. I'm like, no, like you should want like the goal is to have everybody order everything and so like whatever. I just thought that was a dumb statement, but yeah.
Speaking of dumb statements, John Silver made a dumbass statement this past weekend as well.
Yeah, you can talk about it.
For those of you that didn't see it, the only reason I bring it up is one of our friends. Oh wait, hold on. Before I say that, Carol S has one last thing to say about it. Listen, it happens in all work environments. People don't always get along. You hope the powers that be try and resolve issues when they come up. It's unfortunate for this. It's unfortunate for this to end like this, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Juicebox said, we are all end up losing. And it's true.
Yeah, because when you see,
I love CM Punk coming back. So now that he's gone, sucks.
I know how it feels to be in a workplace environment when you have a problem with somebody and you tell your boss and your boss does nothing.
Yeah, that sucks.
I've been there. I know how it feels, and you feel like you're powerless and you need to do something. So, again, sucks that he did what he did, but he was pushed to this position. He was pushed to this fucking point. He never got in these fights in WWE, in Ring of Honor. He may have pissed people off.
I was gonna say, still had bad attitude.
Yeah, I'm sure you pissed people off, but it never got to this point.
Well, that's because WWE, you fight like that, you're gonna get like that's
Yeah,
no
but
tolerance. I'm
At
sure.
least like Vince and like other people.
Yeah, they have
stepped
control
in,
on that,
but
of
whatever.
course. So real quick, I was gonna say for those of you that didn't see, Mr. John Silver was
And Anthony Bowens.
I didn't see Anthony Bowen, so I only
It's
saw John
more or less the
Silver's.
same thing.
Gotcha.
But-
So they were saying how great it was, about both pay-per-views and how there was such a success. And one fan was saying like, as much as it was great, they would have loved like some kind of bundle, back-to-back pay-per-views, and buying that's kind of a lot for your average fan and stuff. And John Silver just comes back with, well, maybe you should get get a better job or open up your wallet, you cheap ass. And I was like,
yeah.
bro, what? They were just asking for like a bundle, which makes complete sense. You should
Yeah.
definitely bundle both pay-per-views together and stuff like that.
I thought they were going to, but I think
I'm just surprised of all people.
Yeah, well, I think he said he tried to do it, Tony, and it fell through, which I get. But it's like it's one thing to be a heel and in character on Twitter. That just felt like he was being an asshole. I think he was on one
No,
that
I think
night.
that was genuine.
I think he was on one that night 'cause he was doing other stuff on Twitter, talking to people. I think he was just really bitter that people were shitting on the show in advance, and he was in a spot on the show.
That was crazy.
But like that's warranted. Like, listen, man. Like, pretty much they're like, oh well, once again, here's AEW putting on a really great show after like a week of everyone saying like it's going to be bad because of bad build. Yeah, give it better build.
it's a bad build.
Like it could be better, and that's why I'm saying like a lot of my
you had one match announced before your go home show.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? That's a bad build. That's your definition of a bad build. Sorry, you had two matches. Is they made a match on
Yeah.
after the pay-per-view or
Hobbs
whatever.
and Miro,
Yeah, so you had 2 matches, whatever. Great. That's for 13 matches, you had 2 out of 13 before your go-home show. That's a terrible build. Yes, 100%.
So I don't know. Like I'm probably gonna be pretty hard on AEW for a while going forward, just because now like everything where I was like, all right, well I get this, I get that. Now I'm just that's the problem. I'm very bitter. I'm very bitter. I'm very mad. Because it does suck. It hurts my enjoyment personally. And I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. I know we've talked about that in terms of like legit if I'm gonna keep watching or just distance like my social media intake, reading all this bullshit. Because like that's the problem.
I'm about to carry the show with all the content.
No, but that's the problem. Like I'll keep doing the show. My thing is like.
No, I meant just I'm gonna be watching all the weekly content. And
It's
gonna be where's Juicebox and Matt at.
Well, no, like I would try to give up the social media first because the problem is I feel like it's almost to the point this day where it's like
the social media does make everything worse.
But it makes it worse. But it's like okay, like if you don't follow social media or if you're off of it completely, like there's stuff that happens they say and talk about on the show that you're sitting there and you're going, okay, so what's this now? I don't get this. Fair. Like you almost have to be locked in to an extent to fully see and get what they're doing.
That's fair.
Like how many things do I tell you and like Matt about
all the time
that like you wouldn't even know if I didn't see on Twitter, and it makes you appreciate things more.
Yeah.
And that's part of it where I'm like I'd miss that, but there's so much toxic bullshit. Like I honestly I might try just muting a bunch of words first, like just mute Punk, mute Bucks, like just mute shit that like I can't. So well, I'll figure it out. But right now I'm really at a point. Like since Saturday, more since Sunday, because Saturday I was enjoying the concert. Where basically since Sunday I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing because like I want to enjoy. I really want to enjoy Grand Slam. I really want to keep watching wrestling because I enjoy watching wrestling still.
It's all the drama behind the scenes of
bullshit.
wrestling.
And, like it sucks. It's like I think I even said it last week. Like I don't think I'm ever going to really be able to enjoy watching Jack Perry again. I don't think I'm going to be able to watch the Bucks and fucking I want to punch them in their fucking faces. Like, sorry Bucks, you're not going to be friends of the show probably anytime soon. But it's just hard. It sucks, and maybe I'm just too invested. I don't know, but I'm a fan. I care about it, and I really want AEW to succeed. But I guess I gotta scale that back and just start rooting more for my people versus my company, so to speak. Because look where it got us. So again, I can keep going, so I'm gonna shut up. But it fucking sucks.
I agree. On that note, we're going to end this week on that somber note. No, thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed our TNA Impact Special Edition.
Karen Jarrett's a fucking slut.
And we hope you enjoyed our recap of Payback and All In. Next week, we have a very special. Matt will be back, so the trio will be back together. We're going to be doing a Best of Kane tournament where we have all the different versions of Kane, and we're going to be voting on who is the number one version of Kane. So
Tournament of Canes, baby.
Tournament of Canes. That's
who's the best Kane of all time?
I mixed all that together. And also, we might be doing another segment, but I'm not sure about it, so I don't want to announce it. But we're going to have a couple of stuff set up along with our usual trivia, say something nice, 5 questions. So please make sure you guys come back and join us.
Matt's back. Tournament of Canes. I'm hyped. Tony Khan sucks. The Bucks suck. Jungle Dick. And we're moving on.
All right.
Come back home, Punk.
See you guys next week.
Come back home.